We are here in WA School of Mines WMC Conference Center. The facility has about 200 to 300 people capacity, and it also has a very good audiovisual equipment. This facility is used for a lot of workshops, conferences, graduation, and other big events in Kalgoorlie. At the moment, I'm here with Kirstan Lee. Kirstan is our fourth year mining engineering student. Hi Kirstan, how are you?
Good. How are you, Ferdy?
Good, thanks. Kirstan, can you please share with us why do you study mining engineering?
When I was in year 12, I wanted to do engineering. I was good at my maths and my sciences, so engineering seemed the logical choice, but I wasn't really sure what field to go into because civil seemed a bit boring, but electrical didn't interest me at all. But when I was in year 12, I got the opportunity to go on the Focus on Mining camp, which is organised by WASM every year for year 12 students. And I applied for that because it was a free trip to Kalgoorlie. We didn't have to, it gave us a break from year 12 work because it was pretty hectic at that point. And so, I was lucky to be selected for that. And we went on a trip for a week. We went to a couple of the mine sites along the way to Kalgoorlie, came here to the campus here and then back to Perth. And when we were at the underground mines particularly, I found that really, really interesting and I thought they were really awesome and I definitely wanted to come back and see an underground mine again. But I was a bit sceptical about there not being too many women in mining. It definitely was a male-dominated area. And so I talked to the lady who'd organised the camp back at Bentley and she got me in contact with a female mining engineer, and she came and talked to me for a bit about what she does and how she finds it is because she just had a baby and she was still in the industry. And it was a really good opportunity and I thought, yep, I definitely want to do mining engineering, and came along and haven't looked back really.
Excellent. Do you enjoy studying mining engineering?
Yeah, I do. I think going through Curtin and also especially through the vacation work that I've done, I've found that mining engineering is something I really do want to do. It's got the practical aspect as well as it's a lot of computer work, and there's still quite a lot of, I suppose there is still a very technical understanding that's required to be able to be a mining engineer.
What do you think about the place for the students to study for their assignments as a team in campus? Is there a very proper place for them to study as a team?
We do a lot of teamwork and group work, especially in our fourth year now. And one thing we do use a lot is the computer lab, which is really well set up because you've got tables of a table for 5 computers. So generally our group work isn't much more than that, but it means that you can sit around as a group, everyone can have their own computer so they can all be doing their own work at the same time as contributing to each other. Or even if you're practicing presentations or things like that, you've got all the facilities there. There's also the quiet study room downstairs, which isn't used very much, but I've found is a really good chance to meet up with a group and not disturb anyone else. You can bring your laptops, you can use make do of the space, and there's plenty of room for that, which is good.
Kirstan, I heard that you got the first prize for the MEA Student Research Conference in Sydney a few weeks ago. Can you share with us your experience in that conference?
That was another fantastic opportunity that I was really happy to be involved in. It was given out, the opportunity was presented to all the fourth year students doing our final year research project. So we've all spent a very long year doing that, and a lot of time and energy has gone into those projects. And so they selected 5 people from WASM to represent WASM and Curtin, and we flew over to Sydney to present in the conference, and each of us gave a 10-minute presentation on what we were doing. And it was along with the other MEA unis, so University of Queensland, University of New South Wales and University of Adelaide. So each of them sent some delegates over, and it was a great chance to hear some of the new technologies and new experiments that are going on by students especially. A great opportunity to meet some of the other students that were there, as they're all sort of the top of their uni, which was really, really interesting and really good.
Fantastic.
It's good fun too.
It was a really great achievement that WASM students got the prize.
Yeah, oh, it was fantastic. I don't think we were really expecting it. The standard was really high, especially, I mean, even from sitting in and hearing the first person present, you went, oh no, this isn't going to go very well, but it was really good, and it was really exciting to be able to get that.
Great. I heard that you also get a lot of WASM Prize and awards during your study. Can you share with us some of them?
Okay. Yeah, I have. I think in my first year, I didn't realise there were any awards available. And so I was very surprised when they said they've got one in Kalgoorlie, and I thought, because I was still in Bentley, I thought, oh, what are they on about? What's happening? And I got it for a geology unit. And I think from there on I realised, oh, there is a lot more motivation. The school does encourage you to do really well, because I've always motivated myself. I love getting good marks and stuff, but having that extra sort of incentive there was really, really good. So from then on I've made sure I work hard so I can get several of them, if possible, every year. And I think I did, I think I got about 5 for last year, so I was very excited by that one. And I think one thing about that was, after talking to some of the other students, after they found out about the awards too, they've become more competitive. And I know I was talking to one of them at the conference. He says that since you came along, I've realised I have to push my marks up higher. So he's already seen all his lecturers for his last units and asked them who's winning the prize for the end of the year. And so he already knows which awards he should get from first semester. So it is a great incentive to work hard, and you get rewarded for working hard.
Fantastic. What do you think about finding a vacation work in Kalgoorlie?
At the moment, the industry is probably not at its highest, as I think most people are aware. So there are less opportunities out there, but they're definitely still out there. And I think you have to be aware that most of the jobs aren't advertised through the normal means that you would expect from some of the bigger companies, because there are a lot of smaller mines around here. And so the way to really get those sort of jobs is by building your connections. And there's a lot of opportunities here. So they have guest speakers come through, and that's a good chance to talk to them, talk to the engineers, get a couple of business cards as well, or events through the social club or the AusIMM events. Go to those and meet industry people, and it's a really good way of getting your jobs through that way.
That's a very good advice.
Yes, it is. It's not who you know, it's not what you know, it's who you know, which is the saying that goes around. It is very true.
I heard that you've got a graduate program after your graduation. Can you tell us more about it?
Yeah, so I was lucky enough to get a graduate program with BHP Billiton. So I'll start there in February as a graduate mining engineer at their underground operation in Leinster for Nickel West. And it was a very long process, and I think it was a very hard process to get through, but I'm really fortunate to be able to have that at the end of that, and I'm really looking forward to starting work.
Fantastic. Thanks very much, Kirstan.
Thanks, Bertie.